if you skip this, something bad will happen. This person goes on to write, I'm sorry if this is hard to understand. English isn't what I speak. Whenever I'm on Instagram or TikTok, there's always these videos like, if you skip this video and don't use the sound / like the video, something bad will happen. I have diagnosed anxiety disorder and OCD, and these things scare me so much. I get so stressed. Will these things affect me? And is doing the things a sin? Interesting. I haven't thought about it being sinful. I have thought about, will these things happen to me, especially when I was younger. I wonder how old this person is. They might be younger, you know? I remember way back in the day, there used to be email chains where they'd sit around and they'd say, you have to forward this email to 10 people or else. And they would say some wild things like some, supernatural ghost is going to come visit you at night or something. Sometimes they'd take the opposite approach and say, your crush will talk to you tomorrow or something. They kind of take both approaches. And it never happened. Either way, when I didn't forward them, it didn't happen. And when I did forward them, because I was, 13 and was worried about, or I wanted my crush to come talk to me tomorrow, it didn't happen. She never came talk to me. So I don't believe in it, Maybe that's part of the reason it doesn't work. It's because you don't believe in it, Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But I understand the feeling of having anxiety about something. And I think it's even more deep rooted than that, just the fear of missing out on an opportunity, right? Because say it's true and you let this good opportunity go by. That's a real thing that I experience as an adult, something will come up and I'll be like, oh man, if I don't do this, a good opportunity will pass me by. And that's kind of a good thing to have, it's kind of, sometimes it motivates me to do things in both directions. If I don't do this, maybe something bad will happen. If I don't get my tires changed, driving around on old tires, maybe something bad will happen. But I think that's where, having a real faith in God might help you a little bit with your anxiety. I think that's one of the big ones that help for me, is I have all this anxiety about the unknown, right? The future. Ooh. And once you can really build that connection with God, it can relieve a lot of anxiety. Might even help you with your OCD. But you can cast all your worries onto Him and know that He's got your back and everything's going to work out. And it's happening the way it should happen too, These are some things I tell myself when I'm feeling anxious about the future, because who knows the future? I try to predict the future. I think we all try to do that on some level, and it's just, you're burdening your brain. Your brain wasn't meant to predict the future, and it kind of fights back when you try to give it a task that it wasn't built to do, by giving you anxiety, by giving you all these like negative emotions. And if you can kind of just give that task to God and be like, God, whatever's meant to happen, it's meant to happen, and I'm grateful for all you've given me. I think gratitude's a great place to kind of start. If you're feeling negative emotions, like anxiety, just fill your heart full of gratitude. Start focusing on something that God's given you that you appreciate. It's hard for the negativity to get into your heart when you have gratitude in there. Just something, I wouldn't worry about them. I don't ever do the things that are like that as an adult. As a kid I did. So I'm wondering, I think this person's a child, maybe a teenager. Let's see what some of the comments are. What would you comment? What would you tell this person? Please take a moment and let them know. Because I bet other people, they're very viral. I see them a lot too. I don't pay a lot of attention to them, but I could imagine other people kind of falling into this, like, oh no, imagine someone who has to do every single one. And they're like, another one. And they're sending it to like 10 people all the time. Anyway, this person says, no, these videos are dead in the spirit and should always lead you to blocking their creator. Man, I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. I never considered that what those videos could do to someone with OCD. It's downright evil and creating a stumbling block in your faith walk. They should be banned outright. I mean, it does seem a little dishonest, especially since I bet the person making it doesn't believe it. I bet they don't believe in what they're saying is going to happen, is going to actually happen to people. So it is a little bit dishonest in that way. And it's kind of a mechanism to just get people to share it and for it to become viral, Because if you're like, all right, everyone has to share this video with 10 people, or you like pretty much threaten them, or something bad's going to happen, or promise them something that's not going to happen, or you're going to become rich tomorrow, something like that. It does kind of tend to make it go viral, either for, the fear or the false promise of something good happening. So it is pretty negative, I'll say that. I mean, this person's saying they're dead in spirit, which is kind of, it's pretty intense, but I see what they're saying. This person says, if you have been diagnosed with such disorder, Insta and TikTok are terrible places to be. The algorithms are literally designed to play on such anxieties and suck you in. I would delete all such apps for peace of mind and spirit. Probably true. We should all probably do it. It's probably, not necessarily beneficial. I mean, on the other side, just to be fair, it is a lot about your algorithm. I have different channels on different, on the same app, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. I have different channels for different, my different interests and stuff like that. And each algorithm is different. Like, they target different videos to me based on what I've looked at before. And some of them are really wholesome. Like, I have this one channel, it's all motivational talks, it's all uplifting, some of it's health advice. I've gotten some really good health advice on there. So some of it, I would say, if you can't delete the apps, I think what they're saying is right. But at the same time, if you can't delete it, then I would maybe limit it if possible, do it. Like, one of the things I've been doing is doing it on a stationary bike at the gym or on the treadmill. Say you have an addiction to Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or TikTok videos, do it on an exercise machine, because then you start like swiping, and the next thing you know, 10 minutes has gone by, 20 minutes. You know how fast time goes by when you're, consuming that kind of stuff, and you're, exercising. It's like, make sure you're safe. That's why a stationary bike is really good, because you can kind of, not fall off it as likely. You're not as likely to fall off it. Whereas the Stairmaster can get a little, especially after 20 minutes on that thing, you're like, whew, it's tough. But what I'm saying is limit it or try to use it at a period when it could benefit you to, be distracted, because it's very distracting, but sometimes you can actually use that in your benefit. So that's just some advice. But overall, I get what they're saying. If you are dealing with like severe anxiety, then be careful of what you put into your diet. They said your diet is 3 things. It's not just the food you put in your body, even though that is a big one, and people should be mindful and not be putting a lot of like additives and negative stuff into their body. A lot of processed foods can be really, not good for you, as we all know. But your diet is the food you put in, the people you keep around you. So your inner circle of friends and family is your diet. And the third thing is the media you consume. The videos you watch, other kinds of things of that nature consists of your diet. So if you can turn your diet and make it healthier, consume only videos that motivate you and get you ready for the day and inspired, or fill you full of knowledge and excitement towards the world. If you surround yourself with people that are positive and doing good things in the world and are successful in a variety of ways, and if you can put healthy foods into your body, man, you would be amazed at how that changes your perspective on life, on just how you view the world, and how, if you're physically healthy, mentally healthy, and talking to healthy people, it's amazing how that will help with your anxiety and other kind of things of that nature. This person says those are clickbait videos made by jerks. Pay them no mind. It's kind of how I feel as an adult. This person says those are manipulation tactics to create FOMO, fear of missing out. Don't buy. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. I think it plays on like a deeper root thing, This person says no, skipping those things is not a sin. In fact, don't get your theology from videos on social media, especially TikTok. Yeah, I didn't even consider. I forgot that they even said it was a sin. Yeah, no, I don't think it's definitely not a sin. Can we all agree on that? Please comment down below. What would you tell this person? Do you encounter these videos? And what do you think when you encounter such videos? Do you pay it no mind? Or do you kind of think about it for a little bit? Anyways, hope you're having a blessed day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.